Hi, Caroline Kearney here at Powell Arts, and I'm standing with Mr. Donald Stevens in front of his beautiful work, which will be at Powell Arts from now through November 20th in our Changeling show. Don, can you tell us about your piece?
Oh, wow. Well, this piece here, everybody, is called First Responders. And it's called First Responders because it was my first response first to the whole pandemic and everything that was going on. But then I was just paying attention to two things that were standing out. What does this germ look like? And then what does the people that's dealing with it, what some of their how would you say, their emotions about it? Mm-hmm. So then that's when the piece came about. So I figured, I'm looking around, I see more females in these positions of LPN and CNA, and most of the populations that's getting, impacted, the elder crew. Yeah. So, I'm seeing that, I'm like, wow, well, let me take a picture of one person and see what happens. Mm-hmm. And let me dwell over it for a little while. Dwelled over it for a little while, and this is what came forth. I just wanted to show how the first responder sometimes can have that look like, hey, man, what's going on?
Yeah, because they're surrounded by the problem.
There you go. That's the whole thing. So I wanted to show how the germ is all around you, but this person is still looking at you like, hey, what's going on? Let's get something done.
Well, and it's also a nice, one of the things that I like about your works, he has two pieces in our show. You should check out both and many other great works. Mm-hmm. But what I like about your people is that you get a sense of strength in this person. Mm-hmm. She's living her daily life surrounded by this thing, but she has strength, and you have such a sympathy, an empathy in the face that draws the viewer in.
Well, I'm an expressionist at that point.
Yeah.
So then most people don't like to deal with expressionism or really truly understand what figurative expressionism is. Yeah. But this is a taste of it, where you're using the human body to express something for the time, place, and space.
Well, yeah, and there's something both realistic but surreal about it. And that, I think, works especially well when we're talking about the pandemic, because some aspects of it seemed totally surreal.
Yeah.
And they're immersive, and you felt like you were immersed in it. Mm-hmm. Your colors are also gorgeous. How do you think about composition and color and those things when you're approaching a piece?
Well, sometimes it comes from me. Sometimes it comes from a dream or something you see in colors and things like that. Mm-hmm. Or the third term is, you see it in actuality. So you're looking at TV, you're looking at different things. You're sourcing everything around you. I'm one of those believers that everything's around you that you need to create.
I love that.
When I'm looking around, you see certain colors when they're advertising what COVID looks like. Mm-hmm. When you look on a Petri dish on TV, you would see the computer imagery that they were doing. Exactly. And you would see the different colors they would use in combinations. And what you'll find is these are like color theories, opposites, split complementaries, things like this. So I use certain colors because if you put a cool behind a warm, it pushes the warm forward.
Yeah.
So, we'll stop there because I could be talking for hours about that.
That's some real Carol Taylor Kearney, my mom, that's what she talks about all the time. So you see the warm pushing and the cool. And I also think it's really interesting that COVID is obviously airborne, and you've actually, you can see the dimension of it, and yet the background is visible through, so that they are literally floating in the air that surrounds this person.
Because how does it really move? Do we really think about that as average everyday people? Come on, let's be honest. Yeah. Nobody looks out the window and says, oh, I saw COVID today. Yeah. They don't say that. We don't do that.
And yet this is actually what's happening.
Right. Yeah. So then I wanted to give an interpretation on that level, like how something could be light and things like that. I didn't want them to feel heavy.
Well, and I think that it's really interesting that even though we think of COVID as this scary thing because we should take it seriously, but at the same time, these are still beautiful and interesting to look at, because they too are organisms that exist in our world. Yeah. And so while at the same time that I'm drawn in to look at these things and inspect them, I don't feel frightened. I'm just observing them as an act of nature.
That was the intent, to just make you think about it and talk about it.
Yeah.
And possibly research. Is it a germ? Is it a virus? Is it a bacterium? Yeah. Whatever, was out there gives you an opportunity to look and say, okay, wow, that's what they possibly look like?
Yeah.
Hey, let me go look around and see. Let me look on Google. You know what I mean? And see hey, that looks like the same image that was behind the guy on the news show.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
This is a lot prettier and more fun.
There you go. You know what I mean? I like more expressive, everybody.
More expressive. That's it. You know what? Nailed it.
Yeah?
So, expressive is such a better word. So, This is Donald Stevens. Do you mind if I call you Don?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Hey, big guy, Don, D. Stevens, you know.
So, Don Stevens, who will be in our show, Changelings, from now through November 20th.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.